We've reached the end of the trilogy, Spider-Man 3. It's Tobey Maguire's last time as Spider-Man, and firstly, this review will have spoilers in it, so that's your spoiler warning. If you haven't watched Spider-Man 1, go watch it. If you haven't watched Spider-Man 2, why? I like to say that I don't think this movie is as bad as people say it is. Were there silly moments? Yes. Were there convenient moments? Yes. Was it a horrible movie? No, but I'll get to that. We got 3 villains here: Venom, New Goblin, and Sandman. These villains are played by Topher Grace, James Franco, and Thomas Haden Church respectively. So let's start with the good. The fight scenes were amazing to watch. When Harry and Peter were battling out in the beginning of the film, I thought the action sequences were quite cool. Peter was put through windows and a wall. Harry even used his pumpkin thingy to cut him. I don't know what those things are called. Some of the CGI was a bit dated. Harry hit his head and he got amnesia. He couldn't remember who Spider-Man was, and the whole rivalry just ended in such a weird way. Well, it briefly ended. Initially, I thought Harry was faking it. I legit thought that this was a master plan constructed by him in order to make Peter drop his guard or something like that. Throughout the movie, I was like, oh man, I don't like this. I don't trust this guy. It all seemed very convenient. To my surprise, he wasn't faking it. It was kind of disappointing, but eventually I kind of moved on from that. I thought the fight scenes between Spider-Man and Sandman were pretty cool as well. Spider-Man actually grinded his face against a moving train. When Peter was taking off his Venom suits at the church, I thought the visual effects were done brilliantly. I like how when he hit the bell, the sound it made caused Venom to kind of unlash a bit, and then Venom started pouring out like oil or something. It's quite interesting that Peter told Eddie to find religion after he exposed him. If he didn't tell him that, Brock might have not gone to church. I love that Peter and Harry ended up helping each other fight Sandman and Venom. Harry came at the last moment. Why did his butler wait such a long time to actually tell him the truth? That really bothered me. Now let's get to the bad. This movie made Peter kind of unlikable. When MJ was dealing with her job issues, he didn't really show much interest. He would change the subject and make it all about him. It was kind of sad because you saw that she really needed someone to talk to. So she decided to go to Harry. She freaking kissed him. I really didn't like that. I know that Peter was selfish, but talk about crossing the line. It was kind of convenient that Harry's memory just came back after that kiss, and then he disappeared quickly at that coffee shop after he told Peter the truth. How did he do that? I love the second fight scene though. They were best friends, now bitter enemies for a while. Peter actually became this emo version of himself and blew up half his face. Sandman became a sympathetic character at the end. In my opinion, I kind of understood why his character was in the film. It took a lot of courage for Peter to forgive Sandman. He told him what happened that night. Uncle Ben died. That story was so depressing. I actually believed him. Thomas Church actually he delivered those lines quite well. When I saw the flashback, I just couldn't shake it. It was quite emotional. This movie had so many convenient moments. So somehow Venom made a replica of the spider suit. When Peter wore it, he wasn't all curious of how he got it. I was laughing at the entire dance sequences that he did in front of MJ with Gwen Stacy. It was kind of ridiculous, but at the same time it was funny. In the end, Venom and Eddie died, and unfortunately so did Harry. The guy just wanted to save his daughter. He wasn't completely horrible. I don't know why they decided to add Venom in this movie. I understood why Sandman and Harry were here. They had an impact in Harry's life. In my opinion, Venom's involvement it had a large part in ruining the movie. They also never actually called the symbiote Venom. So overall, Spider-Man 3 had some great moments. There were too many plots, which ultimately became its downfall. I still wish there was a Spider-Man 4, but we can't always get what we want. With that said, I'm going to give Spider-Man 3 3 stars. So, Spider-Man 3, have you watched it? What do you think about it? Please tell me in the comment section below, and have a good one.